about a Fury of Lewis's attack.
What's happening, my people? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Katz, hashtag JBT. Let's talk fashion, hashtag JBT. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT. Crush the Legend, hashtag TWT. Hardcore Boxing News, hashtag JBT. BN Boxing News. Salute to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, The Box Storia. Today, the light heavyweight division in boxing. And you know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's The Box Storian bringing you all that boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. How's everyone today? It's the Tuesday afternoon edition of Cat Sports, The Box Storian. Still early in the week. Yes, your friendly neighborhood box storian. Coming to a neighborhood near you soon. How's everybody? We're going to be talking about the light heavyweight division today. You see them, Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. We're going to look at some of the all-time greats in the division, right? And then we're going to look at some of the current active fighters at light heavyweight. And we're going to look at some of the best fights ever in the light heavyweight division. Look at the current rankings, all that kind of stuff. Got a big one for you today. Still early in the week. Starting out with a lot of people in here today. Wow. Jay Hardcore, did you do one of those marathons today? Brought it all the way up to the door? They walked out of the hangout straight into Cass Sports, looks like. But I appreciate everybody. We got a big week of boxing history planned for you. Had the fantasy matchups Monday yesterday. The real deal, Evander Holyfield. I forgot, I lost track of what his record was, but I think he lost more than he won. You know, and going up against all-time greats, man. The best of their era. So, you know, it's tough. But we got a good one tomorrow, too. Tomorrow, you know, ESPN puts out every November a list of the top 25 boxers under 25 years old. And we're going to go over that together tomorrow. So got kind of like a homework assignment for y'all, you know. It's called the ESPN's Top 25 Under 25. So if you get a chance today, tonight, tomorrow morning, look that up so we can go over that together tomorrow morning. That's y'all homework assignment, okay? ESPN's Top 25 Under 25. We're going to go over that together tomorrow. Of course, Bam was number one last year. He's number one again. This will be Bam's last year on the list, though, because he turns 25 and it's under 25. So, yeah, but Bam Rodriguez, bad man. Yes, that's put out every year, every November. It was out a few weeks ago. So a few of the cards that we had this month, you know, we're going to be covering that tomorrow. It had already occurred when this came out a few weeks ago, but we're going to look at it tomorrow. And then Thursday is the D1 hashtag JBT from the Angry White Men. What's up, D1? Salute. 10 p.m. every Friday. And you get some bonus ones during the week. Turn your notifications on, not just 10 p.m. on Friday. That's the regular time, but you know, Angry White Men might pop up at any time. D1 and William Old School Arndt. I gotta ask Old School how to pronounce his name one of these days. But y'all know who I'm talking about. One of the Angry White Men of the JBT. Salute, D1. Thursday, the Boxing in the States series continues with Montana. And you know, some of these states don't have as big a boxing history as others. And I thought Montana was going to be one where I would need a backup plan. It was going to be a short one, but I found a lot of boxing history in Montana. Has some big historic fights up there, some nice venues. So yeah, we're going to have a good one, Montana. And we're going to end up this big week of boxing history Friday with the life and career of Big George Foreman. End up the big week of boxing history with Big George Foreman. Friday, you know, cover his two careers. Remember, I think he went out at like 77. He didn't retire right after the Rumble in the Jungle with Ali. He fought a few more years, but I believe he had a religious experience in the locker room after a fight or something and retired. And then 1987, I don't know if he had another religious experience, but he came back. And at 45 years old, remember, the man won the title again. 45, yeah. And that's the record for heavyweights. It was the record for all of boxing until B-Hop came along and broke it. And, you know, then B-Hop broke his own record twice. It's 49 because B-Hop broke Big George's at 46. Then he won another title at 48. Then he won another title at 49. So the record is 49. But Big George got the record for heavyweights, 45. And that's quite an accomplishment, man. You know, 45 years old in the heavyweight division, still competing at a high level. You know, not just competing, won a title, right? So, yeah. He's Friday. We're going to talk about all that Friday to end this big week of boxing history. But it's still early in it right now. In the light heavyweight today, we looking at all the divisions on Tuesdays. We did heavyweight and cruiserweight. Now today is light heavyweight. Okay, and part of that, I am part of that Fire JBT network. And there's Dark Kent. What's up, Dark Kent? Not Clark Kent, Dark Kent. Okay, and Dark Kent says, "Salute, Cass. Did you happen to see the Big George Foreman movie this year?" No, I didn't see it. Not yet, Dark Kent. I heard it was good though. I gotta check that out. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out very soon. What's the name of it, Dark Kent? I like that name, Dark Kent. Yeah, but no, I didn't see the movie Dark Kent, but I'm gonna check it out. I heard it was good. Yeah, and what we got this weekend? I think no, next weekend is the rematch, Navarrete and Valdez too. Remember, Shaq said he wants the winner. Yes, Shaq wants the winner. That'll be a good fight. Shaq had a lot of trouble with Conceição in that last fight. The second fight was more competitive than the first one. They gave the first one to Conceição, I remember, and Shaq like washed him. Washed him, but Conceição didn't win too many rounds, but the judges saw it differently. But the second one, you could have gave it to Conceição, and nobody could have really been mad because he did a good job. I thought Shaq was going to come out and dominate him and take his title back, but he took it back. But wow, Conceição did it. He was ready that second fight. Big Supreme in the building. What's up, Big Supreme? Salute. Yeah, we're looking at the tomorrow ESPN's top 25 under 25, and put together by Big Tim Bradley. Big water-headed Tim Bradley was one of the people that put that list together. And I told you, Tim Bradley is a very knowledgeable boxing guy if you get him off of those telecasts, because he have his talking points and agenda he got to go by when he calling fights. But you get him off of there, he's a very knowledgeable. He got a lot of knowledge in that big waterhead. Yeah. Sorry, Tim. Tim is the International Boxing Hall of Famer. Yeah, I'm gonna leave Tim alone. But him and what's the other guy, Mike something, put the list together, and it's a pretty good list. We're gonna look at it tomorrow together. So y'all do y'all homework tonight. The ESPN top 25 under 25, so we can look at this thing together tomorrow, okay? And I'm gonna know who did the homework by the comments I see in the chat. So that's tomorrow, Wednesday. I haven't got any suggestions for Wednesdays in a long time. I got some from Remo. Yeah, I'm working on them. We're part of that Fire JBT network. We got another raffle going on. Oh yeah, Jay, I need you to drop that commercial in my other number, the Apple phone number. But yeah, it's a 50-50. You know, we got whatever the JBT organization takes in, the winner gets half. And it's going to be drawn a few days before Christmas, right? $5 get you one chance, $20 get you 5 chances, right? And 21st of December, right before Christmas, you can get me a nice present. I'm the treasurer, so I'm gonna know exactly how much you want. So don't come with no $10, $15 presents. I'm gonna know exactly what you want. So yeah, get me a good present. But the winner will have a Merry Christmas, December 21st, right after the rematch, Fury and Usyk. I got Fury this time. I think it's going to be a trilogy. They have to have the trilogy if Fury wins this one. They have to. And like I was saying, if Usyk wins the rematch, he's got Fighter of the Year sold up. I'm not saying he deserves it, but he got it because Daniel Dubois had a good case for fighting. Daniel had a very good year. You know, he beat AJ and the other guy. I can't never think of the other guy's names on one of those. I'm gonna look it up. Riyadh seasons. Daniel had a very good year, man. So, but if Usyk wins their rematch, he's got it. You know, Fighter of the Year. They're gonna give it to him, and yeah, he could make a good case for it. But I would give it to Daniel either way because he had an excellent year. He beat AJ and the other guy in the 5-on-5. Remember when Eddie got smoked? Yeah, Frank Warren smoked Eddie. Eddie didn't win any. Remember? I thought Raymond Parker, Raymond Ford. I thought he beat Nick Ball. I had picked Nick Ball to win that fight, but I thought Raymond pulled it out. But you can't be mad because Nick did a great job in that fight. Raymond stayed at 126 one fight too long. Now he's at 130, but I guess the Riyadh money was calling, so Raymond said I can do one more at 126. But he got paid to take his first loss and lose his belt. They paid him well for his belt. But I thought he stayed there one fight too long. But he's at 130 now. But Nick Ball is now one of the champions at 126. We're gonna start in about 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah. I wouldn't be mad if Daniel gets Fighter of the Year, but if Usyk beats Fury again, he's got it hands down. No way they don't give it to him. Yeah, Philip Hrgovic, right. And Philip Hrgovic, Big Baby Miller was last year, December. So Philip Hrgovic and AJ. And guess what? He stopped both of them. So I don't know, man. I don't know if Usyk beats Fury. I might still say Daniel. Those are two big names in the heavyweight division, and Daniel stopped both of them, man. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Daniel got a good case for Fighter of the Year, I think. A very good case. Jarrell Hattie in the building. What's up, Jarrell? It's my young friend, Jarrell Hattie. And Define Arnie One. Two of my regular panelists in the building. We're going to get some link time later on. Jarrell and Define Arnie One always hits it. And Define Arnie One is our representative, JBT representative down in Puerto Rico. He's going to be attending the fight, and he's going to be doing some interviews fight week. That's next week. Mm-hmm. Oh man, what is the card? Somebody tell me. I can't think of it. The big card coming from Puerto Rico next week. I know Jaleel Hackett is on it. The main event is Liam Parrow and Richardson Hitchens. Yeah. Define Arnie One is going to be attending the fight and all the fight week festivities. Guess what? It's at the Roberto Clemente Arena or whatever they call it. I know the name is Roberto Clemente. I don't know if arena, whatever, but Define Arnie One lives 30 minutes away. And he says his mom lives 10 minutes away. So yeah, that is right on time. So he's going to be bringing us a lot of good stuff next week, doing fight week for that. Appreciate you, Define Arnie One. Mike Rim. What's up, Mike? In the building. Salute. I might as well get ready to get started. I'm at my limit that I always have in here at the height of the show. So don't forget the homework assignment. Take a look at ESPN's top 25 under 25. And we're going to go over it tomorrow. We're going to see if they got them in the right places and talk about these fighters and their young careers and all that kind of stuff tomorrow. So yeah, Cat Sports got some homework for y'all. Pull up the ESPN Boxing's top 25 under 25. There's a few of them, but the one you look at, it says Bam Rodriguez, Mason, Fundora, and more. That's the one we're going to be looking at tomorrow. Yeah, so everybody can look at that or pull it up tomorrow and we're going to go through it together. I love the chat interaction, so that's your homework. Don't forget. Okay. Oh, no, Define on it. I got a bad memory. I forgot like 2 minutes after the live ended, but I'm writing it down. I'm going to look at it today. Soon as just after I watch it, just do. Tony and Jiro. I remember you told me about that last week. Tony versus Jiro. Excuse me for a minute. I got to get right here and get my glasses. Why couldn't they fall this way? 1 minute. I'll be right back. There they go. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the light heavyweight division today. Yeah, you see two of the best light heavyweights out there today. I remember, Johnny Nelson, former cruiserweight fighter, champion. He's a commentator on DAZN now, and he said the winner of the fight between Beterbiev and Bivol would be the best light heavyweight ever. I didn't agree with that. So we're going to be doing a fantasy matchups Monday with Beterbiev since he won it. And we're going to see just how he match up with some of these light heavyweights from other eras. We're going to see, Johnny Nelson. You shouldn't have said that. Okay. Because we are going to see. We had Bob Foster, Michael. We're going to talk about light heavyweights today. Michael Spinks, the Mongoose, Archie Moore. Could Beterbiev beat all those guys? Is he better than all those guys? I don't think so. But we're going to check it out in a couple weeks. Okay, on Fantasy Matchups Monday. Yeah, we're going to get started in a couple of minutes. Terrell Cameron of Melanin Queen 27 in the building. What's up, Melanin Queen 27? Melanin Queen will be keeping you notified of everything going on in this JBT throughout the chat. Okay? He's the definition of moderator. Look in the Webster Dictionary for moderator. Gotta Okay, we're back. Man, I'm gonna just start stealing Wi-Fi like everybody else, man. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if I'm back. We're gonna get started now. There's Terrell Cameron. Said Terrell. Garden Snake Mentally. What's up, Garden Snake Mentally? Okay, let's get ready to get started. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Let's start to do that once a week now. Okay, let's get started. It's 2:30 on the dot. Can everybody hear me? We got 30 likes already. See, I was lying about them 400 hits on the back and the thing went out on me. Let me stop. Okay. All right, let's go with today's show. I guess y'all can hear me. Okay, the light heavyweight division in boxing. All right. Okay. I can't get my pictures situated. There we go. All right. There we go. Let's see. Got the most people I ever had, and this when the thing want to mess up. Okay. Still didn't see no thumbs up yet. Let me refresh the chat. There we go. You don't have a wrench, Melanin Queen? You had a wrench? Can somebody give me a thumbs up real quick so I can continue? Because I don't even know if y'all can hear me or not. Damn. Come on. Somebody, anybody, everybody, please. Waiting for a thumbs up. Waiting for a there we go. Thank you, Dog Kent. Melanin Queen, you had a wrench? What the I see it. I tell you, this YouTube, man. Okay, Melanin Queen, let me put your wrench back before we go any further. You had a wrench, remember? I don't know what happened. I would never take Melanin Queen's wrench. Wow, that's crazy. They might take me off of YouTube. She's the one of the top moderator, the big one. You know what they call it? The okay, let me see. That's crazy. I know Melanin Queen had a wrench. Okay, Melanin Queen. Okay, you're a managing moderator. You should have a wrench now. Okay, Melanin Queen 27. Definitely should have a wrench. She had a wrench. But let's get started. Sorry, Melanin Queen. I don't know what happened. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. It should be back, Melanin. It should be back. Okay, let's go. The light heavyweight division in boxing. First, a little history. This thing keep giving me these crazy messages. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's Terrell Cameron. I'm going to say Melanin Queen has a wrench back. Okay. First, we're going to look at a little history of the division. Light heavyweight. Then we're going to talk about some of the former greats. Then some of the current guys. Some of the greatest fights of all time in the division. The current rankings. All of that. Let's look at the history of the light heavyweight first. I still don't agree with Johnny Nelson talking about the winner of Better Be Evan Bivol is the greatest light heavyweight ever. No way. And I thought that man knew his boxing. Maybe he knows cruiserweight. That's where he was champion at, you know. Okay, there we go, Melanin Queen. Yeah, I don't know what happened to your wrench. I didn't do it. YouTube did it. YouTube gonna get me in trouble taking Melanin Queen's wrench. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Wow. I'm having problems today. And the damn phone ain't connected. I'm trying to get the history of the light heavyweight division up. I've been looking at it all morning. Wi-Fi network. Bear with me for a minute. One momento. Yeah, see, I'm sitting on that line about somebody hitting the bag 400 times and everything started going haywire, y'all. Wi-Fi not connected. Why is it not connected? Thor Wi-Fi. That's my Wi-Fi network. Thor Wi-Fi. What's it doing? Off. Okay, here we go. I had it off. We're gonna get this together. Don't everybody leave. This is crazy. Here we go. We're gonna look at the history of the light heavyweight division. I got it now. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's look at the history of it first. Light heavyweight division. Man, it feels so good to see Melanin Queen with her wrench. I got nervous. Light heavyweight. Now, in professional boxing, light heavyweight is above 168 pounds, right? And it goes up to 175 pounds. And it falls right there between super middleweight and cruiserweight. Now, the light heavyweight class has produced some of boxing's greatest champions. You know, Bernard Hopkins. And when he became light heavyweight champion, that's when he broke the record. Broke Big George's record for the oldest man to win the title. He was 46 years old when he won that title, right? And then we got Tommy Loughran, Billy Conn. You know Billy Conn. Billy Conn was giving Joe Louis a boxing lesson for 12 rounds. Yes, he was. Widely ahead on all three cards against the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis. Then for some reason in the 13th round, he decided to stand toe-to-toe with Joe Louis. Arguably the most dangerous finisher in the history of the heavyweight division. And Billy Conn got knocked out. And guess what? It was 15 rounds then, and in round 13, Billy Conn was so far ahead. Joe Louis needed a knockout. And he got it. Thanks to Billy Conn. The fight must have been fixed or something. Because I'm telling you, the man was giving Joe Louis a boxing lesson. But for some reason, he chose to stand toe-to-toe and got knocked out. Yep. But he had Joe Louis beat. All he had to do was last through the 3 more rounds, but he couldn't do it. Nope, couldn't do it. You know, once Joe Louis got you in trouble, that was the ball game. You didn't escape. But yeah, B-Hop, Billy Conn, these are some of the great light heavyweights. Joey Maxim, Archie Moore, Michael Moorer, Bob Foster, Ann Wolfe, Michael Spink, Darius Michael Zuski, Roy Jones Jr., Sergey Kovalev, and Zso Erdel. Now, many light heavyweight champions unsuccessfully challenged for the heavyweight crown until Michael Spinks became the first reigning light heavyweight champion to win the heavyweight championship. Okay? Yeah. He was still light heavyweight champion at the time. that he won the heavyweight crown, right? Now, yeah, Terrell, Billy Conn was giving Joe Louis a boxing lesson, man. Joe Louis needed a knockout. I'd seen the fight, man, and I don't know why he decided all of a sudden he wanted to stand toe-to-toe with the Brown Bomber. Joe Louis was the most dangerous finisher in heavyweight history, man. And Michael Spinks became the first reigning light heavyweight champion to win the heavyweight championship, when he beat Larry Holmes, which I don't think he did. Holmes got robbed 2 times. Spinks beat him twice, and I thought Holmes won both fights. But Bob Fitzsimmons captured the light heavyweight championship after losing his heavyweight championship, okay? Bob Fitzsimmons he had the heavyweight first, then he came down and won light heavyweight. So Michael Spinks still the only one to do that. Now, 2 all-time great heavyweight champions, Ezzard Charles and Floyd Patterson, started out at light heavyweight. Now, Ezzard Charles defeated Archie Moore and Joey Maxim several times in non-title fights before becoming heavyweight champion, right? Ezzard Charles beat Archie Moore and Joey Maxim when they were light heavyweight champions, but they were non-title fights. So, the title didn't change hands. Then he went on to become the heavyweight champion after those fights. And Floyd Patterson lost an 8-round decision to Joey Maxim before he became heavyweight champion. So he challenged for the light heavyweight championship too, but he lost, okay? Now, Evander Holyfield successfully moved up from the light heavyweight division to the cruiserweight division and eventually the heavyweight division, and became undisputed champion in both weight classes, right? But he never won the light heavyweight championship, right? But he undisputed at cruiserweight and heavyweight. Evander did, yeah. So Michael Spinks, the only light heavyweight champion to win the heavyweight championship. And he was the light heavyweight champion at the time that he did it. So let's look at some of these old school guys. Some of these old school light heavyweights, right? And we're gonna look at some current ones, like Bivol and Beterbiev. Well, I was supposed to change that. Yeah, there they go again. Definitely the top 2 light heavyweights by far now. But Benavidez and Morrell, is that fight at light heavyweight, Benavidez and Morrell? I'm not sure. I know they both been fighting there. Both at least had 1 fight at light heavyweight. I don't know where this fight is at, but all I know is we getting it. And I don't know who to lean toward right now. It's a great matchup. February 1st, 1 month into the new year. David Benavidez and David Morrell. David versus David. I know who to put your money on. Put your money on David. Right, you can't go wrong. Put your money on David to win. Okay? Can't go wrong with that bet. There's Aunt McQueen right there. What's up, Aunt McQueen? Aunt McQueen says the GOAT moderator. I was just thinking about Aunt McQueen because he was telling some good stuff about Morrell and Benavidez yesterday, and there it is. I got ESPN, man. I can see into the future. I don't have ESP. I got ESPN. Salute Aunt McQueen. Okay, we're gonna talk about some of these former light heavyweight guys first, and we're gonna talk about some of the current ones too, and some fights. That fight right there was one of the great ones, all-time great light heavyweight fights. Beterbiev and Bivol. That was a good one. Remember? And it just happened. Well, October 12th, right? Last month. Just happened. I thought Bivol won, but you can't be mad. It was a great fight. Beterbiev did enough to get his hand raised. I just hope we get the rematch, you know. I just hope we get the rematch between those 2 great light heavyweights. Beterbiev, is he 40 yet? I know he's right up on it. It might be next year. Yeah, he's close. And if they have a rematch, he might be 40 by the time of the rematch. But you know, he's a big power guy, and they say the power is the last thing that goes, and he's a perfect example of that. Yeah, Bivol just got too hesitant in those championship rounds. You know, he was worried about what was coming back at him, man, because Bettier's a heavy punching guy, man. Wow. Let me get this going. How's everybody today? It's the Tuesday afternoon edition of Cat Sports. We got a good one tomorrow. Don't forget the homework assignment now. The homework assignment is to pull up ESPN's top 25 under 25, because we're going to talk about that tomorrow on the show. Top 25 fighters under 25 years old. They put the list out every November, and it's out for this year. It came out a few weeks ago. Of course, Bam is number one. Bam was number one 23 and 24, but this will be his last year on it because he turns 25. And it's under 25, so yeah. Abdullah Mason probably will be up there to the top by the time we get to next year. Now, the light heavyweight division has seen some of the greatest boxers to ever lace them up. But defining what makes a great light heavyweight is surprisingly tricky, particularly during the first 2 decades of the 20th century. Heavyweights were smaller, and becoming king of the 175-pound weight class was not universally considered a meaningful goal. So the problem becomes, do fighters who weighed around 175 pounds but considered themselves heavyweights count as light heavyweight boxers for the purposes of retrospectives such as this? Now, 2 all-time greats with a case to be made for them are not on this list. Harry Greb is one perhaps unreasonably given his overall brilliance and body of work, but he did miss most of his damage. He did most of his damage at middleweight. Similarly, while some who know far more included Sam Langford in very high spots on similar light heavyweight lists, but Sam is not on this one either, right? Now, he weighed at or around 175 pounds, but he clearly fought in heavyweight contests, right? So he didn't make this list. He was left off. Now, some of the names on this list, Ezra Charles, Archie Moore, Gene Tunney, Bob Foster, Michael Spinks, are slam dunks in some order. Others less so. Now, the inclusion of Roy Jones at number 10 will cause some controversy, particularly among those who argue Jones' light heavyweight dominance could not have been replicated had he competed when the division was at its murderous peak in the 1970s and 1980s. Now, it says a great deal about the quality of the 175-pound weight class through history that a list like this doesn't feature the likes of Matthew Saad Muhammad, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, Carl Johnson, Marvin Johnson, Michael Moorer, John Conte, Victor Galindez, Jack O'Brien, Jack Dillon, Virgil Hill, and countless others. And like all such lists, it will presumably amuse and enrage in equal measure. Now, all that being said, let's look at it. Roy Jones, number 10. Roy Jones Jr. comes in at number 10. Anybody come in the building? Oh. Yeah, Melanie Queen is telling y'all about this raffle we got coming up. It's money this time, right before Christmas too, 50-50. Now, Roy had a career record of 66 wins, 10 losses, 47 knockouts. And this is part of the entry on the list that caused the most controversy, right? from those who insist he should be higher, and from those who insist that he shouldn't be on the list, right? Now, working against Roy is the fact that he was never the lineal champion, right? And he didn't face Darius Michaelczewski to secure his status as a light heavyweight, right? Now, also his time at light heavyweight coincided with one of the division's lower stages, right? Against that, Jones was an undeniably phenomenal talent. And from 1996 to 2003, he was not only unbeaten at light heavyweight, he got one disqualification loss, but I didn't count that, right? And he did avenge that. He knocked, it was Montel Griffin, remember, he got disqualified, and then he knocked him out in the next fight in the first round. And he was virtually untouchable at light heavyweight. But it was at a time, where the level was not low, but, not as good as it was at other times. But Roy makes the list at number 10. Next is Billy Conn. This is the man that had Joe Louis beaten. Had him beat. All he had to do was make it to the cards, 3 more rounds, but he couldn't do it. 12-round fight, he wins, but it was 15. And I told you, he decided to stand there and go toe-to-toe with Joe Louis after giving him a boxing lesson for 12 rounds. Now, Billy Conn, he had 64 wins, 12 losses, 1 draw, 15 knockouts. Okay? Not a knockout guy, but didn't have to be. In time, you can outbox the great Joe Louis like he was doing. Now, Conn's record is misleading in that he had little by way of an amateur career. He turned professional at 16 years old, and he lost 6 of his first 14 fights. Okay, very young, 16. He then rattled off 27 straight wins over the likes of Fritzy Zivic. Fritzy Zivic was an all-time dirty fighter. And he also beat Vic Dundee. And he won the 175-pound title by beating Melio Bettina. In 1941, that's what I was talking about. In 1941, he challenged Joe Louis for the heavyweight crown. Went up to heavyweight, right? Now, he was ahead handily through 12 rounds. And he got knocked out in the last few seconds of the 13th round. Yeah. After deciding to stand and go toe-to-toe with the Brown Bomber. I told you, one of the greatest finishers in heavyweight history, Joe Louis, Kind of like Bud is. Joe Louis get you in trouble, that's the ball game. You might as well just signal the referee to stop it. You're not surviving. Okay? And Billy Conn had it, but he didn't want it. Check it out, 1941. Billy Conn versus Joe Louis. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. he was outboxing Joe Louis badly. Never seen nobody make Joe Louis look like that. And Joe Louis needed a knockout and got it. Next is Jimmy Bivens. I don't know if I changed it or not. No, I didn't. Yeah, Jimmy Bivens and Billy Conn look similar. There's Jimmy Bivens. Oh, no. Excuse me, one black, one white. I said, what the hell are you talking about, Cass? I was thinking about somebody else. Jimmy Bivens, right? 86 wins, 25 losses, 1 draw, 31 knockouts. I said they look similar. Wow. How similar is that? There's Billy Conn. There's Jimmy Bivens. No similarity at all. My bad. But anyway, Jimmy Bivens had 86 wins, 25 losses, and 1 draw. Who else said, if or not, reading from something well spoken? And we find on it says, Bert Sugar told story. Billy Conn said, what's the point? That hard, isn't it? What's the point of being Irish if you ain't a little dumb? Or something like that. Wow. For that fight with Joe. Yeah, but he made a crucial mistake in that fight. He should have just kept boxing. He had it won. Joe Louis couldn't figure him out for 12 rounds. He definitely would not have for the last 3, but he just stopped moving and everything. Wanted to go toe-to-toe. The Brown Bomber. I guess he got overconfident. He was outboxing him so bad, Said, I'm going to sit here and trade with him. Huge mistake. Now, despite never being given the chance to fight for the world championship, Bivens faced 11 former, future, or current champions, but none of them were title fights, okay? He defeated 8 of them, and he also beat 7 Hall of Famers, emerging victorious against 4 of them, right? 4 of the Hall of Famers. His prime was from 1942 to 1946, when he scored wins over the likes of. He beat Joey Maxim and Archie Moore, okay? But he never got the chance to fight for a world championship. You know? Never got the chance to fight for a world championship. Beat Hall of Famers, current, former, future champions, but never with the belt on the line. Jimmy Bivens. These are some of the all-time great light heavyweights. Then we're going to cover some of the current guys. Only like 10 of them. Next is Maxie Rosenblum. Now check Maxie's record out. Maxie won 210, lost 86, had 26 draws. I ain't finished. 23 no contests. No. 23 no decisions and 2 no contests. 19 knockouts. Wow. Let's add that up. 210 wins, 38 losses, 26 draws. They had a lot of draws back then for some reason. I don't know. 23 no decisions and 2 no contests. 299 fights? That don't sound right. We do it one more time. 210 plus 38 plus 26 plus 23 plus 2. Yeah, 299 total fights. The most in history was like almost 400 when we did that a few weeks ago. Some guy had almost 400 fights during his career. Yeah. Now, Maxie, now to win 210 fights with just 19 knockouts suggests tremendous ring acumen, which Rosenblum possessed in bucket loads. Now, a combination of skillful defense and a strong chin meant that he was stopped just twice in 299 fights. Incredible. Stopped just 2 times in 299 fights. Why didn't he just fight one more and get to 300, right? And guess what? He fought 299 times in 16 years. Just 16 years. That's 18 fights per year. Okay, that's how they did it back then. And he averaged more than 18 fights annually. He called himself Slapsy Maxie. He won the world title in June 1930. And he held it for 4 years, 107 fights. Okay? World champion for 107 fights. That's got to be some kind of record there. Wow. Next is Tommy Loughran. Okay, that's a couple more. Now, Tommy had 94 wins, 23 losses, 9 draws, 45 no decisions, and 1 no contest, 17 knockouts. He was one of the greatest defensive boxers of all time. He was the Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year in 1929 and 1931. He had wins over the likes of Harry Greb and heavyweights, Max Baer and Jack Sharkey. And he won the light heavyweight title in 1927 before abdicating 2 years later to focus on the heavyweight division. He had moved up to heavyweight. Yep. Bob Foster. Here's Bob. Legendary light heavyweight fighter. Now, Bob won 56 fights. He lost 8. He had 1 draw. He had 46 knockouts. Now, Bob was perhaps the best single-shot knockout artist in the history of the light heavyweight division. He won the title in 1968 with a knockout of champion Dick Tiger. Dick Tiger was one of those great 1950s middleweights. Remember, I always say the 50s was the greatest era for middleweight. Yeah, Dick Tiger was the middleweight during the 50s. And Foster, after he beat Dick Tiger, he went on to make a division record, 14 consecutive defenses over the next 6 years. 14 title defenses. That's the record at light heavyweight. Of his 8 career losses, 7 were at heavyweight. Okay, he moved up to heavyweight. Only lost 1 time at light heavyweight, including losses to Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, and 2 in the final outings of his career after returning from a brief retirement. Only lost 1 at light heavyweight, Bob Foster, arguably the greatest light heavyweight of all time. Bob Foster. Michael Spinks is next. Now, Spinks won 31 fights, lost 1, 21 knockouts. And that one fight he lost was his final fight to Mike Tyson. Remember, the 92nd knockout? Yeah, that was his last fight. He retired after that. And he got paid to get knocked out in 90 seconds. Biggest payday of his career against Mike, but Mike hurt him bad, man. Now, Spinks is too often remembered for his first round destruction by Mike Tyson and the controversy of his wins over Larry Holmes. Like I was talking about earlier, I don't think he ever beat Larry Holmes. But then those were at heavyweight. But at light heavyweight, he was indisputably one of the very best and the last champion of the division's golden era. Yep, Michael Spinks. Now, 1976 Olympic gold medalist, he beat veteran Yaki Lopez in just his 14th fight as a professional. And he took on Marvin Johnson 2 fights later. And in his 17th professional fight, took the title from Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. And he had 10 successful title defenses, including against the likes of the white Muhammad Qawi. And then he stepped up to heavyweight, right? And like I said, became the first reigning light heavyweight champion to win the heavyweight championship. He was still a light heavyweight champion when he won heavyweight. Gene Tunney. Another one. You know, they was talking about Beterbiev and Bivol when it would be the greatest light heavyweight of all time. How about this man right here, Gene Tunney? I don't think either one of them could beat Gene Tunney. Gene Tunney would school Beterbiev or Bivol, man. Would play with him. That right hand of Beterbiev would never find its mark against this man. Gene Tunney, 61 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 19 no decisions, 1 no contest, 45 knockouts. Okay. 64 fights, only 1 loss, okay? And Johnny Nelson talking that nonsense about Beterbiev and Bivol. Yeah. Beterbiev gonna face him in a few weeks on Fantasy Matchups Monday. Brought to you by Cash Sports Promotions. And we're gonna see. Now, one of the most skilled boxers of his time, as well as one of the most powerful, Tunney never won the light heavyweight championship, but established himself as the best through victories over the likes of Harry Graham, who had previously handed him the only defeat of his career, and the aptly named Battler Levinsky, Tommy Loughran, and Tommy Gibbons. Then he moved up to heavyweight, and he won the title from guess who? Jack Dempsey. And he defended it in the long count rematch and retired after that. Yeah. Beat Jack Dempsey twice. Gene Tunney. He would make Beterbiev look silly. I guarantee, I promise you. Go look at it. Gene Tunney. Archie Moore. Mike Mazik. What's up, Mike? Mike Mazik is in the building. Yeah, I thought you was already in here, Mike. Mike is usually in here at the top. Let's salute Mike Mazik. We were talking about the light heavyweight division today, Mike. Oh yeah, Mike, you didn't hear about the homework assignment. You got to pull up, we're going to be talking about it tomorrow. Pull up ESPN Boxing's top 25 fighters under 25. We're going to be looking at that list together tomorrow. That's the homework assignment for tonight. So we can discuss it tomorrow. ESPN Boxing's top 25 fighters under 25 years old. It's ESPN Boxing's top 25 under 25. They have Bam Rodriguez, Mason, Fundora, and more. That's all in the title, okay? Let's salute Mike Mazik. Archie Moore is number 2. Now, Archie won 184 fights, lost 24, had 10 draws, wasn't no contest, 132 knockouts. Archie is number 2 all-time knockouts. 130. The most is 136. But neither one of those will ever be broken because nobody will even ever fight 130 times again. So those records are safe. Now, Archie has more knockouts to his name than anybody in the history of this. No, he's number 2. Now, amazingly, he did not win the title until he was 39, went 16 years before he got a title shot. But when he won it, he kept it 10 years. Yep, he held on to it for an entire decade. Now, Archie was famed for his cross guard defense. You know, the mongoose / old mongoose. He fought 28 years. He fought so long the other fighters changed his name. They started calling him the old mongoose, right? Because, you know, he was the mongoose and they was like, Archie, you've been fighting almost 30 years, so we're going to call you the old mongoose from now on, right? And he also challenged all-time great heavyweights like Rocky Marciano, Floyd Patterson, and Muhammad Ali. And after he retired, he trained young Big George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. He trained Bob Foster too. And he trained Matthew Saad Muhammad too. Yeah, Archie trained a few of them. And Ezra Charles is the last one. Then we're going to talk about some of these current heavyweights. Ezra Charles. I would say he's about the greatest light heavyweight of all time. 89 wins, 25 losses, 1 draw, 51 knockouts. And you might say, well, these guys had a lot of losses, but they fought each other numerous times. Nobody was in any fights where you knew you was going to win. Nobody took fights like that. Okay? The best, you wanted to challenge yourself against the best. You didn't want to go in there in a fight knowing I'm going to win it. That's not how they did it back then. And nobody was worried about an O. Okay? He was worried about competing against the best. That's what they did in those days. Now, in contrast to Archie Moore's lengthy reign, Charles never won or even challenged for the light heavyweight championship. But from 1946 to 1949, he laid waste to the top of the division, but never challenged for it. He beat Joey Maxson and Jimmy Bivens. And he went 3-0 against Archie Moore before moving up to heavyweight and taking the vacant crown in a win over Jersey Joe Walcott, right? And his first defense was against former light heavyweight champion Gus Lesnovich, who had repeatedly refused to give Charles a shot, right? Now, see, at light heavyweight, Gus Lesnovich would never give Ezra Charles a shot, but when Ezra got to heavyweight, got the crown, and Gus moved up, Ezra showed he was the bigger man. He gave Gus Lesnovich a shot. The same man that wouldn't give him a shot at light heavyweight. Now, and he beat him 2 years. Now, Charles knocked Lesnovich out in 7 rounds. He knew he could beat him, right? But there he is. Let's talk about some of these current guys now. Some of the current light heavyweight fighters. It is not 10 after 3. No way. I've been on here like 10 minutes. I thought it was like 2:35. Wow. Man, this time is moving fast. They keep going up there in that space shuttle. They speed the earth up, man. I told y'all. That's what happened. Al Booger in the building. What's up, Al Booger? How you doing today, AB? How about the light heavyweight division today? Al Booger in the building. Salute. Big time knowledgeable boxing supporter. Okay. Yeah, we're getting ready to talk about some of the current heavyweights, AB. We looked at the former guys. We just finished. Now we're going to talk about some of the current people that's fighting now, you know, like Bivol, Beterbiev, and Benavidez, Morel. I put them on here. You know, they light heavyweights now. So let's do it. First is, these are how the rankings go right now, too. ESPN rankings. I followed them. So these are the rankings, too. Number 1 is Artur Beterbiev, of course, you know. He got all the belts. Who else you gonna put number 1? Right? He got every light heavyweight title there is. WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, the NWA, the TBB, the FCA, the KGB. He got all of them. So he's number one. Okay, Artur Beterbiev. Now, currently, he's got 21 wins, no losses. And 20 of his wins have came by way of knockout, and that's 95.2% knockout rate. The only man to go to distance, it just happened last month, Bivol, right? Only man to go to distance with. Broke up his 100% rate. Now, he's a Russian, he was born in Russia, but he resides in Canada now, right? And he has held the undisputed championship in the light heavyweight division since October 2024, as well as the Ring Magazine and International Boxing Organization, IBO titles. And he turned professional in 2013, right? And Beterbiev represented Canada in the 2008 and 2012 Olympics. Didn't medal, but he was on the team for Canada, 2008 and 2012. Artur was ranked number 2. Dimitri Bivol, of course. Who else? Yeah, Dimitri, ranked number 2. Now his current record is 23 wins, 1 loss, 12 knockouts. And he just suffered his first loss to Beterbiev last month, remember? Now, he's Russian. I think he resides in California now. And he held the WBA light heavyweight title from 2017 to 2019. And the WBA super light heavyweight title from 2019 to last month, October 2024, right? 5-year reign. Now, Bivol is ranked as the world's, he's in the top 10 in all these high-profile, prestigious organizations, all of them, man. Top 10 ranked pound for pound. BoxRec, the boxing, TBRB. Now remember that name for I get on it, and then soon as I forgot it. Transnational Boxing Rankings Board, right? He's top 10 in all of these. BoxRec, Transnational Boxing Rankings Board, all prestigious organizations. Boxing Writers Association of America, ESPN, and CAS Sports. All of those are high-profile, prestigious organizations, especially that last one. CAS Sports. Boxers just strive to get in that top 10. Now, Bivol turned professional in 2014, and he won his first 23 fights as a professional. Just lost his first fight last month, remember? Yeah, Dimitri Bivol. Ranked number 3 is David Benavidez. Yeah, ESPN got David number 3. Light heavyweight. David Benavidez. Currently 29 wins, no losses. 24 knockouts. That's 82.7% knockout rate for David. Now, he has been the WBC interim light heavyweight champion since June 2024. And he won his first title at 20 years old. And David is the youngest super middleweight champion in history, 20 years old. Yep. And Benavidez turned professional in 2013 at the age of 16. And he won 11 of his first 12 fights by stoppage. 11 of his first 12 by stoppage. And yeah, ranked number 4 for ESPN, right behind him. I tell you, this guy is chasing Benavidez down, man. David Morrell, right behind him at number 4, light heavyweight. David Morrell. And David is 11-0 with 9 knockouts, 81.8% knockout rate. Not that everybody except 2 people, but the amount of fights is low, so if he keep that up as he gets higher, the rate will go up. Say that he get like 25 fights, 23 knockouts, his rate will be probably up in the 90s by then. But 81.8% right now. He's a Cuban professional boxer, and he turned professional in 2019. And he won the WBA interim super middleweight title in 2020. And his next fight is David Benavidez, February 1st. And David Benavidez's next fight is David Morrell, February 1st. What division is that at? I haven't been paying attention to the chat, I'm sorry. Are they fighting that light heavyweight? Now to mess the chat up. I got to have the chat up. See what's going on. Wasn't my hand that time, it was my elbow. My elbow hit it. I need a bigger desk. Okay. Yeah, David Morrell. Number 5, Joshua Buatsi. Joshua. There's Joshua. Joshua Buatsi. Now, Joshua is currently 19-0 with 13 knockouts. And he's a British professional boxer. And he has held the British and Commonwealth light heavyweight titles since February 2024. And he previously held the British title in 2019 also. And as an amateur, Joshua won a gold medal at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Joshua Buatsi. Okay? He's the top 10 current light heavyweights. Top 10 current light heavyweight. We're going to get some link time. We're going to look at some of the greatest fights, then we're going to get some link time. Okay, Jarrell? Jarrell wondering. I always pick with Jarrell. Okay. Next, number 6 in light heavyweight is Anthony Yarde. These are the ESPN rankings. Anthony Yarde is ranked number 6. And currently, Anthony has 25 wins, 3 losses, 24 knockouts, 96% for Anthony. He gets 9 out of 10 out of there, okay? 96%. Wow, that is an outstanding knockout rate. Anthony is also a British professional boxer, and he's challenged for the light heavyweight title 3 times. Came up short each time. Last time was against Beterbiev, remember? He was doing okay, boxing okay, moving and staying away from that big right, but Beterbiev caught up with him and got him out of there eventually. But Anthony was doing okay, earlier in that fight, but Arthur walked him down. Tio says, I guess your elbow bone is connected. Oh no, Tio. I gotta check it out, man. Yeah. Okay. Okay, after Anthony ranked number not finished with Anthony yet. Anthony also held the Commonwealth light heavyweight title between 2021 and 2022. And he turned professional. Now he only had 12, he started late, right? And he only had 12 amateur fights in his career. And he turned professional in May 2015. Yep. And ranked this is ESPN rank for light heavyweight. Number 7 is Callum Smith. Callum Smith. Brother of Liam Smith. Remember Liam? Yeah. They brothers. Now Callum has won 29 fights, only lost 2, 21 knockouts, right? And Callum held the WBA and Ring Magazine super middleweight titles from 2018 to 2020. And in 2018, Callum won the World Boxing Series Super Middleweight Tournament that was held in Liverpool, England. And upon winning, he was awarded the Muhammad Ali Trophy, right? And he was the youngest of the Smith brothers, Paul, Stephen, and Liam, all of whom are professional boxers. Of course, the most well-known are Liam and Callum. Yeah, I never heard of Paul and Stephen, but we all heard of Liam and Callum, yeah. The most well-known of the Smith brothers. And Callum turned professional in 2012. Where does Liam fight at? Super middleweight? Right around that same class as Callum, somewhere in there, yeah. Now, next, let me see if I get this name. I heard people say it a million times and still butcher it. Y'all knew what I'm talking about. Number 8, Alexander Gvozdyk. Is that right? Gvozdyk? Is that right? Or is it Gvozdyk? Gvozdyk? I don't know. Gvozdyk. Y'all knew who I'm talking about. Top left. See here. Ray Patterson in the building. Straight out of New Jersey. What's up, RP? How you doing today? Yeah, they said we're supposed to get some bad weather for Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is the biggest travel day of the year. They say people in the airports stranded and all kinds of stuff. Those are rain and snow mixture, bad rain and snow mixture throughout the entire country. Yeah. So I ain't traveling. I'm gonna travel from here to the kitchen and get my plate. That's for all the traveling I'm doing for Thanksgiving. Yeah. That's it. Okay. Where are we? Did I do Callum Smith? Yeah. Yeah, Alexander, right? That funny name guy. The elbow did it again to him. It was my forearm this time. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Gvozdyk, is that how you pronounce his name? I don't know. This is it though. Evozdyk. I haven't spelled it wrong. Yeah, that's it. I think. First name Alexander, like Usyk. Well, I got it right. Thank you, T. Hill. Alexander Gvozdyk. I heard so many people say it. I just heard Ant say it yesterday up here on the panel. So that's why I got it right. Because if I had never heard nobody say it, I wouldn't even try that. I wouldn't even attempt it. Come on, man. I'm having problems with the chat. Man, it turned sideways on me. That's mandatory. Bear with me for a second, please. I got to be able to see that. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, I got it. What's Earl Spence up to, anybody? Is he coming back or what? Been out for a long time. He going on 2 years, isn't he? But Gvozdyk, he's currently 20 wins, 2 losses with 16 knockouts. And that's an 80% knockout rate. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're going to talk about some fights. Then we're going to get some link time. We're just going to touch on the fights real fast. Now, yeah, he's a Ukrainian professional boxer, right? And he held the WBC and lineal light heavyweight titles from 2018 to 2019. Was that heavyweight? I'm not sure. Now, as an amateur, Gvozdyk won a bronze medal at the 2012 Olympics in London. He's nicknamed the Nail, right? And he is part of the Ukrainian golden generation of boxing. Vasily Lomachenko and the guy at lightweight, I can't think of his name. And Alexander Usyk. What's the guy's name at lightweight? The Ukrainians got some pretty good boxers, though. The one that fought Virgil in that fight, is he Ukrainian? I think that might be fight of the year, too. Sergio Boychuk. Is he Ukrainian? Yeah, Sergio Boychuk and Virgil Ortiz. I think that's fight of the year. I haven't seen anything to beat it so far, but we still got a month to go, so, still got a month to go. Okay, number 9. We got 2 more. Number 9, this is ESPN rankings, top 10 at light heavyweight, is Conor Wallace. And Conor is 14 wins, 1 loss, 10 knockouts. He was born in the UK, but now he resides in Australia, right? And he turned professional in 2018. He won his last fight in August. It was a 12-round split decision over Jerome Pampillon. And finally, ranked number 12 by ESPN in the light heavyweight division is Willie Hutchinson. Willie Hutchinson. Yes, Willie. I know this Willie Hutchinson that it got his name written up there. Now, Willie is currently 18 wins, 2 losses, 13 knockouts. Willie is Scottish boxer. He challenged once for the British and Commonwealth super middleweight titles in 2021. Fell short. As an amateur, Willie won a gold medal at the 2016 Youth World Championships in the middleweight division. And he turned professional in October of 2012. Okay, now let's look at these fights real quick. Just going to touch over them real quick, and then we're going to get some link time in it. And the link is for everybody. You don't have to have JBT behind your name or anything. The link is for everybody, man. Come on up, down, up. Come on up, not down. Oh, man, I need a bigger desk, man. Now to knock my glasses in the floor. Do people get desks for Christmas? No, man. I got a big one out there in the den, but, I like my bedroom office better. Because I ain't had no TV. While I'm get my shows ready, I can watch TV back here in the bedroom, but over there in the den, I ain't no TV to watch. But I got a nice big size desk out there. Okay, sorry about that. I was thinking out loud. Okay, we're gonna look at some fights, some of the greatest fights in the light heavyweight division now. And we're gonna get like 30 minutes of link time. It's only gonna take about 5 minutes. We just gonna go over them real fast. Okay. Tell you who was in them. Some old fights at light heavyweight. That's Archie Moore and somebody there. I think that's Archie Moore and what is today? Tuesday. I'm on the wrong page in my notes. How did I get all the way back to last week? Here we go. Tuesday to November the 26th. Yeah. I used the paper wrapping, but I'm all mixed up. Yeah, that's the Archie Moore and Yvonne Durrell right there. Let's get these fights up right quick so we can get this link time. Man, we had a cook yesterday. It was me, Ant McQueen, Define Arnie won, and Jarrell Hattie. We went like 15 minutes into just news time, man. I did not want to stop it, man. They was cooking, man. I was doing mostly listening. You know, Ant was breaking down the Benavidez and Morrell fight, man. It was fire. Anybody get a chance, go back and look at the end of my show yesterday, man. The last 15 minutes, that was fire. So we're going to try to get going another good one today in a few minutes. Okay, I'm trying to get these. Look at let's go over the greatest fights in light heavyweight history. What's today again? Tuesday? This time go by so fast, man. I started the show on Tuesday. It could be Wednesday by now. The greatest light heavyweight fights of all time. The best light heavyweight fights of all time. Let's get that real quick. And then we're going to get some link time. But I appreciate everybody rocking with me today. Don't forget y'all homework tonight. Look at the ESPN top 25 boxes under 25. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. We are going to talk about that tomorrow. 10 of the best light heavyweight fights of all time. The best? I need an assistant. While I'm talking, they could have everything ready for me. I need an assistant. I pay like $2 an hour or something, or $10 per show. There ain't much money, but you have to do it for your love of the sport, you know. Because I'm old, I can't do too much. Okay, let me see. 10 of the best light heavyweight fights of all time. Here we go. Real quick. Then we're going to get some link time, okay? Now, number one. The light heavyweight division has some great fights. Archie Moore won a 11th round knockout over Yvonne Durrell. It was December 10th, 1958. Okay, just gonna touch on it. That's all. Number two was Matthew Franklin. Later, Matthew Saad Muhammad. 12th round knockout over Marvin Johnson. July 26, 1977. Okay. Number three was Matthew Saad Muhammad knocked out Yaki Lopez in the 14th round, July 13th, 1980. All good fights to look at too. Number four was Charles Williams. It was a draw with Mark Sosa, January 13th, 1995. A draw. Wow. Don't see draws too much as great as fights. But yeah, it was a good draw. I'm going to have to check that out. Gus Lesnovich, 10th round technical knockout over Freddie Mills, May 14th, 1946. Okay. Then we had number six, greatest heavyweight fights of all time. I was going to talk about it, but it's time for the link. Bob Foster got a 14th round knockout over Chris Finnegan, September 26, 1972. Oh man, I had pictures. That's okay. We don't need them. That's Bob Foster and Chris Finnegan there. Number seven was Jeff Hardy, 12th round TKO over Dennis Andres, June 24th, 1989. I think that was their first. That was the second one. No, that was the first one. They had two fights. I think that was the first one. Yeah. I think they had a 1-1 split. Couple more. Number 8 was Victor Galindez, 15th round TKO over Richie Case. 15 stopped him in the 15th round. Wow. 2 more to go. These are long too. Wow. Good gracious. Wasn't reading all that. Okay. I can't find number 9 and 10. That's number 8 right there. It's only 8 of them, I think. But let's go to the link. Okay. Time for the link. We're going to get another good cook going up here. Okay, let me get this link in here. Hope everybody enjoyed it today. Light heavyweight division. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about ESPN's top 25 fighters under 25 years old. Get a chance, pull it up tonight and check it out. So we can talk about it together tomorrow. All you got to do is pull up ESPN's top 25 under 25. It's got Bam Rodriguez, Mac Mason, and Fundora. It's and more. That's in the title. ESPN Boxing's top 25 under 25. Bam Rodriguez, Mason, Fundora, more. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Okay? On Cast Sports. Your friendly neighborhood box story. Yeah. Okay, let's get this link in here. We're gonna get about 25 minutes of link time today. So we can get a good one like we had yesterday. We was clicking on all cylinders. Ant McQueen, Define Arnie, and Jarrell Hattie. What's up, Jarrell? I know Jarrell coming up. Man, I done got 4 subscribers today, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna cry. 4 subscribers today. Maybe I can get 1,000. I don't know why they won't get my monetization back. I don't know what's going on, man. Jay Hardcore got his back. I'm jealous, man. Man. Jay Hardcore got his back. They wouldn't give me mine. That's messed up, man. I'm gonna call him. Say, y'all gave Jay Hardcore his. What about me, man? Damn. That's messed up. That's discrimination, age discrimination. You know, we'll get an old guy his back. AJ Hardcore his. We'll get an old guy his though. Age discrimination, man. I already got one case. Okay, here comes the link, everybody. How's everybody today? It's Tuesday afternoon. Still early in this big week of boxing history. And boxing in the States is Missouri, Thursday. And the profile, Big George Foreman. We go in the big week of boxing history with Big George Foreman. Talk about Big George coming back and winning the title again, right? Remember? Big George retired. He said he had a religious experience back in the dressing room, right? And then 10 years later, Big George was back in there. Not only back in there, competing at a high level. Look at that fight he gave Holyfield. And won his title back at 45 years old. Big George was not playing with him. There it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay. Link is in. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, that's what we doing it today. Al Booger is talking to Melanin Queen. Yeah, Melanin Queen. How's your day going? Oh, you get off at 5? Okay. Yeah. Time you get like an hour in the Just Dues, you'll be off. Yeah. I take you from 2 to 4. We get you there that last half of it. 2 to 4, then Just Do will finish. Your day will be over. Work day. Anyway. Yes, going to be Battle of the Davids. Who you got, RP? Who you leaning toward? That'll be here before you know it. February, that ain't nowhere. I mean, you get through December. Once January starts, that's it. It's all downhill then. And it's February 1st, right? The first day of the month. They get it on. They was kind of chippy in their last press conference. Benavidez said he was going to break his... Did he say he's break his face or his mouth? He said he was going to break something. Damn. So, wow. What did he say, going to break his mouth or break his face? Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. Where's Caleb playing at? Well, he fought. Yeah, he was on the Canelo Belanga card. He fought Caleb was in there recently. Yeah. He fought Trevor, somebody, I can't think of the guy's name. Yeah. T. Hill, what's happening?
Come on, you already know you got the best hand to talk to me. Tell me what it is.
No, I'm just chilling, that's all. What
Feeling
you up
like
to?
a villain.
You out and about?
Yeah, getting stuff for the fixing and all the things that we had.
Yeah.
We got orders that were placed, so we got to get out. Got to make something for our family members as well. And they gonna cook it, I guess. They want a Cajun turkey. So I done already made the Cajun brine.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be cooking that bad boy Wednesday. I don't know if I'm gonna fry it, smoke it, or bake it.
Okay.
Frying would be probably ideal because it's quicker that way.
Right.
But
yeah,
either way, it's gonna go down. We got some orders that we gotta make as well too, man. We gotta do a prime rib. We gotta. I think we got a brisket too. So.
Yeah, man, we had a good one yesterday, man. Ant was cooking on the David versus David fight, man, and defied all.
Yeah, what my man Ant was cooking about.
He was just breaking it down, the styles and different. You know how Ant does it, man. And then defied Arnie and Jarrell. There's Jarrell right there came up. Yeah, we went till about 4:15. He was going. You know how you get to going good and then you lose track of the time.
Yeah, well, it's always whenever the conversation is good, time fly by.
That's right.
So you got some great information along. Shout out to Terrell. Came up on the right foot today.
What up with you? Peace and blessings.
It's another day talking this boxing. That's all.
Yeah.
So what y'all think, man? The big topic of conversation is David versus David. February 1st, 2020.
To me, when you analyze it all, go down, I think the biggest key point that you can talk about is experience versus talent. That's what it's going to really break down to, because one is more experienced, the other maybe more talented. So then, which one is going to show forth its true face that night? That's what it's really going to break down to. Because, hey, man, I mean, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I was agreeing with you. That's what's going to happen that night.
Because honestly, man, I've seen fight like hell. Roy Jones, James Toney. Yeah. From a skill standpoint, a skills point of view, or a skills perspective, and James Toney has more skills than Roy Jones. But on that night, talent overrided the experience. So, hey, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I think it's going to be a great fight. I think they genuinely do have a dislike for one another, which adds also a level of tick up to it. I think both of them are in their relative prime or close to their primes. And I think that, they won't be weight drained or anything like that. It'll be even footing. There won't be
175 or 168.
You said, what's up?
Where's it at? 175 or 168? Oh, it's
at 175.
175, okay.
Yeah, they both like, look, Canelo is ultimately the big payday,
Right.
the biggest payday. I mean, well, I don't know. I think Gervonta is the biggest payday for opponents.
Mhm.
I think Canelo is maybe the bigger exposure. You both get exposure from both of them,
Right.
but you get a bigger exposure because you appeal to a bigger audience base with Canelo. See, the thing is, where Tank really is missing out with fights, not taking fights,
Mhm.
is to get more people to hate to see him win. Because the
I
more
know.
people hate to see you win, the more they tune in to see you lose.
That's right. Yeah.
And then you can line them up with fights that, quote unquote, people believe you're ducking or scared to take. And then you can go in there and you can capitalize big time off of it. So, like, if I'm in his corner, that's what that when I'm in his camp, I'm telling, hey, look, we got to just stay busy fights. They gonna talk about you no matter what. Because this is the thing, and I say this with all assurity. When he fights the people that they say he should fight, and it goes pretty much the same way that all his fights go, all they're gonna say is that those people really weren't as good as they were. They were overrated. They did that to Frank Martin, who was a quality fight for a lot of folks. Somebody that people should avoid in the ring, and then when he gets in the ring with Tank, and Tank makes it look relatively easy.
All of a
What
sudden,
he did to Frank Martin is not easy, but because it was Tank and it was what many people expect should happen, just don't want it to happen. We got to salt on the person, and that's what we're doing with that's what we got. People, trained people who watched a lot of boxing saying about somebody who is extremely skilled in Lamont Roach. Man, this dude is skilled, bro. Like, he's not chump change. But because he's fighting Tank, and Tank ain't really fighting the people that they want him to fight, guess what? He's a buck. He's a taxi cab driver. He's a YouTube. He's Uber. He's all these things. You look at the film says a whole different story.
Look at the Hector fight, man. Remember?
I'm tired of folks doing that, man, because you taking somebody who's really, really, really polished as a fighter, and you're saying you're reducing him to just like somebody like me hopping in a ring. Hell.
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
Just look at the Hector fight. Look how he did Hector in there, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, and the thing about that with Hector, I think that, and I hate to say it, but I really think that Tank did a little bit more damage to Hector than we think. Now, in that fight with Lamont, man, that was a hell of a fight, bro.
Yeah.
I still think that that could have went either way.
You think so? It was a good fight.
Yeah, it was a close fight, man, and I think it could have went any way. I mean, shout out to Lamont, because Lamont went in there and he came in there to fight.
Did his thing.
But
he showed how skilled he was, though, in that fight, you know?
Yeah.
He ain't no cab driver like a lot of people trying to say now that he's fighting Tank, you know?
Nah, no cab driver. And I don't know why people would do stuff like that, man, because, like, the cold part about it, most of them be our people, dog. That'd be the coldest part about it.
That's the thing, yeah.
That makes absolutely zero sense. Like, why would you hate on your own people?
It's crazy.
What benefit is that, bro? They all hating on us anyway. Why would you pile on? That don't make no sense.
Yeah, none at all.
But I digress. I'll allow my man Jarrell go on and get up in there and say what he got to say, man. What you got to say, player?
Let me see something real quick. Let's Talk Fashion still in here. We need a preview on tomorrow. If Let's Talk Fashion still in here. Tomorrow is Wednesday.
Remology.
He might not be in here. He might be working or something. But yeah. What's up, Jarrell?
What's up with y'all?
I know what Jarrell wants. Jarrell wants Bud versus Tank. That's all he wants.
Yeah, I know. He definitely wants that. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Me, I wouldn't either. I would watch
it. Wouldn't mind seeing it. Hey, I'm one of few people who believe Tank stand a chance with a lot of folks, man. It's gonna be tough to get him though, because he got a lot of intangibles on his side. But Tank is sharp. He's sharp. So it would be interesting to see from that standpoint.
Tank got that equalizer. He know how to set it up too. Like you always say, knockouts don't just happen. You got to get in there and set them knockouts up.
Yeah, you're right about that. And that's another thing, man. That lucky punch, or bro, we really broke down that Barrios fight because I'm a firm
Yeah.
believer that Barrios was a good fighter, bro. You know, and I think all contemporaries, I think Barrios beats every single one of their opponents, every single one of them. I do. I just feel that way, bro. I don't want to sound like I'm a tank apologist, but I just think Barrios is that good of a fighter. I think also Ryan clears all of them. I think,
you know,
huh?
somebody else said welterweight don't get credit is a real good fighter. Kern.
Who's that?
Kern.
Who?
Kern, the one that just fought Boots. Kern.
Oh yeah. That's sickening, man. I thought in the first fight, honestly, I thought in the first fight he did a hell of a job. A lot of people were saying he was running. It didn't look like he was running to me. It just looked like he wasn't taking advantage of situations that were available because of his foot, his movement and his and his ring acumen, because he was putting himself in advantageous positions to take advantage. But I don't think he wanted to exchange at that point in time because Boots was like, I think he caught him with some hot stuff. Oh, my bad, bro. He caught him with some hot stuff, and he was like, "Oh hell no, I don't feel like this hit with that."
But that second fight, man, he had a chin and everything, man. Because Boots was tagging.
Yeah, I thought he always had a chin. I thought he always had a chin. But I will say this as well too. Boots going in there looking to get knockouts.
Yeah.
More times than not, when you're looking to get knockouts, you're not going to get a knockout. I'll tell you like this, man. I know somebody that played lottery for a long time. He was looking to hit the big. So he was putting together like multiple combinations and things like that. How things patterning off, trying to play those numbers, never hit. One day he just played a random ticket and hit. According to Pretty Freaks. Strange, dog. Wow. When you're not going in there looking for it, that's oftentimes when you set it up or it comes your way. So I think that's another thing. It was prevalent in that first fight because he really wanted to upstage Tank.
Right, exactly.
Said he wanted to silence a lot of folks. I'm the man. Let's look at this. The person that they say he should fight, Bud Coffee, he ain't got 100% knockout rate.
Nope.
There's some fights that he fought that he wasn't even winning.
Right.
And he did get it out. So like, and then there was the fight that he recently had that, you know, for all intents and purposes was a close fight. Some people felt like he didn't win the fight. So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, the last one. What was the guy name? Madrimo.
Yeah, Madrimo. Who coincidentally is fighting another guy. And it's going to tell which one of these guys is really the real deal. Like,
who is Madrimo fighting now to you?
Say what?
Madrimo got another fight coming up?
Yeah, he got it against Bullhead, I think.
Oh man, that's gonna be a good one there.
So that should be
that's good matchmaking there. Woo. I ain't gonna miss that one. I wanted to see Boychuk and Virgil again. I think that's fight of the year right now. Boychuk and Virgil.
That was a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I can't see nothing in front of that for fight of the year. Right, we got a month left, but right now that would be my pick, man. You know?
Nah, Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too. The last one, right? Yeah, that was a good one too. That's
Taylor should get fighter of the year for that.
That is definitely up there. That's a good point. That is up there. Yeah, I forgot all about that one because it just happened.
I'm going with Virgil and Boychuk.
Boychuk, okay. Yeah, but we still got a month left now, so Usyk and Fury might do it next time.
The first one was a heck of a fight.
Yeah, it was.
I got a feeling Fury's gonna figure it out because, if you watch that fight, Fury started landing the right uppercut, man, and it was bothering Usyk. Like he wasn't reacting good to that shot, and if he just stops effing around on the beginning rounds, yeah, man. That I mean, 3 fights with Wilder, man. That's what 3 fights with Wilder will do to you.
Go there.
It'll get you insane in the head. I'm not trying to be funny, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. He started out like the first round, hands all down around his waist, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? This is for heavyweight undisputed. He wasn't doing that bad at first,
Absolutely not.
I thought Usyk was a cruiser.
What'd you say, Jerome?
Usyk was a cruiserweight, though.
He used to be. He was undisputed there too.
Undisputed there too, exactly.
And then he moved up. Yeah. He didn't have nobody else no more challenges at cruiserweight, so he moved up.
My bad. You said what?
Exactly.
My bad.
Cleaned it out. So
Usyk overrated for real.
You think so?
Man, that's a ballsy claim.
Nobody's beating him.
Yeah, man, overrated for real. Who you compare him to with all the heavyweights in history? Like,
well, if you're going heavyweight, I see you. But in cruiserweight, I mean,
yeah, I'm talking about now. Now history, oh man.
That's why Tyson Fury don't take it easy on Usyk.
Yeah, if you're looking at history, yeah, I don't know how much he would do against, best of them heavyweights from the 70s.
Probably wouldn't even make the top 20.
Definitely not in the top 10 back then. In them days, he would probably stay at cruiser. Well, they didn't have cruiserweight, light heavyweight or something back then. He would.
It's not like that's an insult anyway. I mean, you're being told that you can't hang with Mike Tyson and Foreman. I mean, is that an insult, really?
But so who y'all got next? I got Fury next time. You said you had Fury to be flying on in the next one?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a bad feeling. Yeah.
So then they got to hit the trilogy then. Can't leave
I want Usyk to win, but I'm telling you, I got a bad feeling.
Yeah. So, but then we got to get the trilogy. Can't leave it at 1-1, man. But and then they would how boxing is. They'd stop at 1-1 and just that'll be the end of it.
If you're Anthony Joshua, you don't. They have to give you a rematch, but you don't. Nobody. You don't have. I'm sorry. I got stuck. They have to give you a rematch, but he doesn't have to give you a rematch like Andy Ruiz. I don't know, man.
Yeah, AJ. I'm gonna say about AJ right now. I thought AJ was looking kind of strong. He was doing okay, man. Then all of a sudden, and what's his name? Daniel. He got a good chance at Fighter of the Year, man. He done had a good year. He beat AJ
Daniel
and he
Dubois,
beat the other guy.
Yeah.
What was the other guy name he beat earlier this year?
Hergovich.
What was his name again?
Hergovich.
Yeah, Hergovich. That's right. And Usyk,
Katie Taylor for Fighter of the Year. The way she whooped on Amanda Serrano at actually 38, she about to be 40. Still whooping on them like that.
How many times she fought though? Yeah.
Right, Amanda had way more fights than her and everything.
Yeah, but you got to have at least a couple fights to get Fighter of the Year, though.
I disagree, but yeah,
you can't get it off of one fight. I don't think.
With a performance like that, I could give you Fighter of the Year for that. Katie Taylor for Fighter of the Year. I'm saying it right now.
Nah, I doubt it.
This is messing with you, man.
But she was, I think she was in there cheating. Headbutting and carrying on.
If you're gonna give Fighter of the Year for one fight, give it to Beterbiev.
She at all. She got
Beterbiev.
Yeah. Even though I don't think he won.
Else this year too? I thought didn't he fight once before? Earlier. When did he fight Anthony Yarde? Was that last year? I can't remember.
I believe so, because remember they had to postpone because of his knee or something.
That's right. He got hurt. Yeah. He got injured. That's right. Yeah. They supposed to have a rematch though, right? Him and Bivol, I think.
Hopefully, I'm hoping for that one because, I mean, they have to, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And there ain't not much time left for either one of them, to be honest with you.
How was Bivol?
I think he's like 35.
35? Wow.
Something like that. And Beterbiev is, I think, 40 or something.
Yeah, close to it if you're not.
Better be like 39 about the turn.
By the time they had the rematch, he'll be 40, right?
Yeah, but you know, man, honestly, they say my man, their hormone levels are not that testosterone levels are
Perturbia
a little bit higher and elevated than most people in their prime. So you know.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he'll be affected by that, but in the least, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, not like the normal 40-year-old. You're right.
Yeah. He gonna be alright.
He one of them like go till he's 43 or 44. You know.
What they do? Some test on his testosterone? That's the first time I heard this.
How do they determine that?
That's the first time you heard that, man?
In boxing, like they talk about people.
Oh well, you know they're gonna always spin it at first, but the tests have been done, and they said that he had inordinate levels of testosterone for his age.
He probably one of the fighters that go till he's like 42, 43, you know, up in his 40s.
It could be because of what he eats too. He could just be eating good. So, you know, because
I think it's his lifestyle, honestly.
That's it.
Yeah.
I've seen some shows of him, and he's like this type of guy, my type of guy, you know, like, you know, family, his faith, his training, like you don't see him effing around or, you know.
Okay.
I think that's a big part.
Yeah.
Oh, like that was the laugh of that.
Yeah, he
What that guy do with testosterone though? I'm seriously asking that. Though. I probably sound like a joker though, but I'm not.
He was saying it might not be the testosterone. He said it might be his lifestyle. You know, the way he lived. He lived a clean lifestyle. You know.
What do they equate testosterone to? Like him being able to fight longer?
Oh man, I saw a show about that, about the UFC, but I don't remember. TRT, you mean TRT, right? What they call TRT?
Yeah.
Testosterone replacement therapy, that's it. Man.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that stuff.
What that's supposed to be good for? Like you could fight longer like that or something?
Let me check that and I'll give you answer next time we meet.
That's a good question.
Because I'm not sure right now.
Yeah, I would like to know that too. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's up. Be a family man. I always root for the family man. No messing around, all of that.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, for real. I like that.
That's why I love Andre Ward so much. To me, Andre Ward was such an example, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just me, you know. I like trash talk too. I appreciate B. Peggy Mailer, A.B. Rolly. They're funny as hell too. So I appreciate the other side too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Andre was the type you didn't hear too when he didn't have a fighter, and you didn't hear too much about him. You know, he was like a private type person. You know, you didn't hear too much about him.
Who?
Andre Ward.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, when he wasn't fighting or anything, you hardly even heard anything about him, you know, but not like some of these other guys that stay in the news, you know.
From his nickname on down, Son of God, and how he talked about being formless and everything. He doesn't have to say the B word or the N word or the whatever word, you know. He just, you know, but again, you know, everybody's background is not everybody's background. So
that's true.
You got to see the other sides too. Yeah.
And him and his trainer, what was his trainer? Virgil Hill, right?
Hunter. Yeah. Virgil Hunter. I think.
Nuts, like inside
they had a good connection. Yeah. He was like a second father to him.
Thank you so much.
You know, he was like.
If I'm not mistaken, that was for his entire career. If I'm not, I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, he had them all the way up from the amateurs. He was real young when he met Virgil Hunter. He knew his family and everything.
In the Olympics, did he get a gold?
Yeah, I think it was like 2008. Yeah, 2008, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Was it South Korea? Yeah, he got the gold.
The Olympics is underrated now.
Like heavyweight.
For boxing.
You think it's underrated?
The Olympics has become a complete BS joke.
Yeah, really.
And I apologize for my language, but don't get me started with
your mind.
Let me just leave it at that.
Oscar, he had Golden Boy offer. He got the gold in the Olympics. That made him the golden boy.
That's where he got that name from.
Now the rest of
Literally, yeah.
It's like you don't even want to listen
Yeah.
about her. I
He
want to
had
do.
promised his mother, and his mother had passed away before he got it, and he had promised her a gold medal, and he got it. Before he went, Up 1992, awesome. Floyd got cheated, man.
Yeah.
Man, they cheated Floyd so bad. They was
Badly.
the referee was getting ready to raise Floyd's hand when the ring announcer was saying the winner, and it said the other man's name. The referee had Floyd's hand on the way up. So
Unbelievable.
Who else would know who won better than the referee, man?
Exactly.
And the ring announcer said the winner is he was getting ready to raise Floyd's hand. He said the other guy's name. And Floyd said after that, he said, that's the last time I'm ever going to experience that feeling of losing.
That's
He
true. I heard that in an interview.
Never
Yeah,
experienced it again,
right.
neither. Never lost another fight in his life.
Floyd is the only one that I see break that mold of the silk sheets. Because, man, he
Floyd-
got up anyway and he ran with the silk sheets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was religious about that training, man. Floyd was.
I wonder
Yeah.
what happened in the background, like stuff that you don't see, like that they used to have Floyd. Cause they say he used to spar with his uncle and stuff. I wonder if they used to have Floyd in dog fights. The way he fight looked like he done been in some real dog fights.
Oh, you mean in sparring and stuff?
Nah, like in the streets, like
In the street, yeah.
like just fighting for real, like
Yeah.
that's how like he fight. Like it's differences between people that just been sparring and that's all you ever know is just sparring in the gym and stuff. Like Floyd, plus he grew up where his father and was in the streets.
Yeah.
Telling what Floyd done been through.
Yeah, he came from the deep hood. His father got shot while he was holding Floyd in his arms, remember?
Damn.
His mother's brother shot his father. And he was holding Floyd when he got shot, man. Yeah. His other uncle.
I like to think about Floyd of two different careers. I like to think about Floyd of the Pretty Boy career and then the money career.
Money.
The Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather, bro, that was, oh my goodness. I mean,
more offensive. That was more his uncle, Roger. And then Money was more his father. Roger was more of an offensive minded trainer.
That's true.
And his father was more defensive, with Money, yeah. But he made it work, boy.
No doubt about it.
Who you think would win if Pretty Boy fought Money?
Oh man, that's a good one.
That's a good fantasy fight. Pretty Boy Floyd versus Money Mayweather. I think Pretty Boy would win.
I think Pretty Boy would win too. I know a lot of people say Floyd, the Money May was a more polished rendition of it. I think that's just because he took less chances. But I guarantee you, that other one, he might have taken chances, but he didn't get his clipped as often as people say he did. And on top of that, boy, he had pop. When them hands was healthy, he had pop. Like he was defensive, folks.
Because T. Hill, it's the same guy. He was more offensive, but that defense was still there too.
Yeah, he was still there. I don't understand when people say, "Oh no, he was getting hit." No, he wasn't getting hit like that, man. He always knew how to roll with punches.
Yeah,
it's just that
Money was more defensive, was more noticeable.
More
Money, you see. Yeah.
Do you think Pretty Boy would have beat a 152 Canelo?
Yeah, I think
Canelo at that stage
I think he
was too green, in my opinion.
This is the thing. I think that, what you see in Floyd is an all-time great. And I think that there is nobody that you can compare in the era that he fought with him. I think he makes easy work of Pacquiao. I know a lot of people don't have that same
Pretty Boy
opinion.
would have beat him worse. Yeah.
Easy work of Pacquiao. And if we're talking about relatively early in that career, much easier. Because before all he had was a 1-2, and that's all he used. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-1-2, 1-1-2. So it was always that. Floyd too talented for that.
And remember the way Floyd was getting that right hand in on Manny?
Interesting.
Pretty Boy would have stopped him, man. Pretty Boy would have stopped.
Yeah, when you talk about a healthy right hand, he's sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping. This is not even a contest.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I wish they would have fought back then, like 09, 2010.
I wish so there wouldn't be this diatribe going on saying that, he aged him out. How's an older fighter going to age him out, bro?
Right.
It's people that go around saying, happy holidays to you, brother.
No, but it's not necessarily age. It's also like how your state is. Maybe that's what they were referring to, because Pacquiao obviously got decapitated by Marcus, and the like the state of your body and everything, more so like the age,
Yeah.
But Pacquiao never even beat Canelo. So what's the point of arguing about that?
Right? No, it's so far it's that.
Yeah, Terrell got Pretty Boy. I think Terrell said Pretty Boy would stop Money Mayweather.
Oh man, I don't know.
I would pick Pretty Boy though. Yeah. But we got to get ready to get on up out of here again, gentlemen. Appreciate y'all though. Appreciate you, Terrell Hattie.
What's your name?
That's Define Arnie 1. And Thomas Hill.
That is Define Arnie 1. That's who that is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Peace and blessings to everybody.
Hey, you too.
Appreciate you.
God bless you all.
Define Arnie 1. Appreciate you. What you got for us, T Hill?
Oh man, not only peace, love, and blessings, but happiness and Thanksgiving, not for just a day in particular, but for all days, and
that's right. Mm-hmm.
Spirit and well-being to each and every one. Look for the best in people, not for the worst, and look for the betterment of people, not for the worst. That way we'll do better. And if you do better, God dang it, you do better. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my main man, the Box Historian. Cash Sports always coming through with that good hot take on boxing. And also shout out to the chat. Without y'all, we couldn't do it. So
that's right.
Blessings to y'all one. And shout out to my main man, Just Do. He just around the corner. So let's make our way over there. You'll find that over in that side of the neighborhood, things is always on the up and up. And with that, I'm out.
All right, T Hill. Appreciate you. All right. Ray Patterson, Al Booger, Mike Mathick, Ant McQueen, Garden Smoke Mentality, Melanie Queen 27, Terrell Cameron, Big Supreme, Dark Kent, not Clark Kent, Dark Kent, D1, BN Boxing News, Hardcore Boxing News, Crush the Legend, Let's Talk Fashion, Mr. Cass, and the Fire Panel, Jarrell Hattie, Define Arnie 1, and the legendary Thomas Hill. Join me tomorrow, because if it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's the Box Historian bringing you all that boxing history. Just do boxing straight ahead. This is Cass Sports, the Box Historian. Everybody have a great afternoon, and I will see y'all around those JBT streets. Don't forget your homework.